and welcome to the world of Death Stranding, where Norman Reedus acts as himself. You are playing as Norman Reedus, but not Norman Reedus. You're playing as Sam Bridges. Sam Porter Bridges. That's right. Episode 3 of my look into and walkthrough video of a walking simulator that is so much more. And as Tim Rogers has said, the Gran Turismo of walking simulators. Please, if you're watching this video, go check out Tim Rogers' in-depth look. Oh, thank you, Sam. Thank you. I mean, Norman Reedus, for pointing me towards the Monster Energy drink over there. But as I was saying before, go look at Kotaku's Tim Rogers doing a thorough look, review, walkthrough, perspective, deep dive into Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding video game. I don't know, maybe I'm trying to talk a little bit too much like him. He almost sounds like, Tim Rogers sounds like the audition tape for Solid Snake that didn't quite make it. I love Tim Rogers' work. I am highly recommending anybody that's watching this right now. I should probably rotate the camera so that you're not just looking at a static. I'm very, very early into the game, roughly 2 hours. And first off, to let you know what kind of games I like, I enjoy sometimes mindless roaming or exploring the worlds created by the designers of games. So if you take Anthem, not highly sought after by most critics, but I enjoy exploring the world that they created. Yes, it had some issues. And this game, so finely crafted, and as some people have given it a dismissive look on what it is trying to do, I think the world that is crafted is just as important in the gameplay for me, because that's the kind of stuff I enjoy. So my first two videos, episode 1 and 2 of DriedMoss Walking Death Stranding, they were both copyright claimed, and I don't monetize my videos, so as long as they don't get blocked and other people can watch them, and if the people that actually have the rights to claim it get money, and that's my way of, if they get money off of that, then so be it. Good for them. I have no problem with that. As long as my videos don't get blocked, I'm not really concerned about it. I do have a almost 6 million view Disney Infinity first hour of The Incredibles playset, and with almost 6 million views, yeah, I guess you're wanting to wash your face. All right, let's go over there. So I'm gonna walk on over there, and I don't monetize it, and maybe if I did, I think I would probably have a little bit of money off of it, but I'm not too concerned about it. It's like I'm not hurting for, this isn't my primary job. I don't need to worry about it too much. But so my first two videos of this game got copyright claimed for the music because I just let the music play. This time I'm going to try to talk over the music if it plays and see if that blocks copyright claims. Maybe the algorithms, and it's my own little test. So I'm just pressing left or right on the right analog stick as it gave me a prompt to do so. I couldn't tell whether or not his skin stretched when he did that. I'm going to do that one more time. Does he do the exact same thing? Oh, no. Oh, so all I have to do is just press left or right. Like I'm pressing left. That's my third time pressing left. First time he splashed water on his face. Yeah, this time now he's gonna. Okay, so that was the same one. Now let's push Now, analog stick with 16 directions. In this one, they're giving me 8 directions. And now I'm pushing down and left, or trying to push down and left. Wow. All the interior of his mouth is modeled. Alright, so pressing straight up. Alright. So one thing I would have liked to have seen is me being able to just walk around by myself. But maybe they... I'm not quite sure why they let you do that. So I was watching Hideo... Oh, look at his feet. His feet are all messed up. And I can zoom in on his feet. Oh, is he going to pull the toenail? Is he going to pull the toenail? Oh, I always cringe when I see when I watch the videos. Tim Rogers in his video, he oh man, I've actually had to do that. I've actually had to do that. Tim Rogers' video on Kotaku. And again, if you're just joining me, I highly recommend you going to watch Kotaku's Tim Rogers do his walkthrough of Death Stranding. And he repeats that video because they were limited by the amount of video that they could use. They could use, I think it was up to 20 minutes of video, so they had to loop a lot, and he looped the part of that pulling the toenail out over and over again. Every time it was just cringeworthy. Alright, so put on glasses, drink. I'm going to talk about this real quick because I don't have a problem with it. Some people seem to point it out as immersion breaking. But I don't see anything other than this. Now, in a world where things are 3D printed bridges out of thin air, now because it's something that exists in our world, and we can immediately identify with it as being something in our world, I think that's the issue that people have with it. And some people feel like it's immersion breaking because of that. Now, does it make me want to go and grab a Monster drink? Actually, yeah. I have never myself had a Monster energy drink. The closest thing I've had is probably like Red Bull. But I don't know what this tastes like. And I don't even think it's really going to do anything for me. But it makes me almost want to buy one and just have it sitting in front of my TV so that I now have a way to feel immediately connected in some small, minute way to the game. If that sounds weird, it's probably just because it doesn't bother me that much. And now I imagine if like there were billboards of Monster energy drink scattered throughout the world, then yeah. But in this game world where you can 3D print just about anything, from bridges to bikes to trucks, who says that there isn't a file of our world's history saved in a file somewhere, and Norman Reedus' character found it sometime and he just happens to print it out because he likes those. But who knows? I think the emphasis on it is not that big a deal. All right, so a couple of BTs floating over here, and from what I heard, again, I'm only 2 hours in. From what I heard, you can collect things throughout the world over time. Let me just go ahead and drink one of these. You can, even like all the text and everything is modeled. Not modeled, but they're given that texture. Yeah, but you can collect these little green, like almost army men. And I say army men, kind of comparing it to Toy Story army men. But, army men is a real thing. Stamina increased by 10%. Can be boosted by up to 25%. Those are glasses that I can put on at any time. Let's go and look over here real quick. I don't want to spend too much time in here for you guys, because it's an hour-long video. camera, zoom in. I have to hold the R2 button in. I wish I could just click it and then comfortably having to hold in the button. So a bunch of stuff that I could collect. I don't think I've... Maybe those are the two guys that I rode with at the very beginning of the game, so that's why I have it. And then I have these other guys over here to the left because I encountered those. And I think from what I've seen in the game, you can change the color of all this. You can change the flooring, the bedding. I think that's what I saw from the Tokyo Game Show preview. Hey, he winked at me. See, those little things, I like that from what I was hearing leading up to the release of the game, that Hideo Kojima and Norman Reedus just let Norman Reedus sit there and act. He derobed extremely fast. That was the fastest derobe ever. Now, here's one thing I haven't heard of. Norman Reedus is completely naked, right? And I think
What's that? Can you hear me?
For fuck's sake. Isn't anything private anymore?
Oh, no. Except for taking a shower and going to the toilet, that is. I take it you were getting yourself cleaned up. Good. Come to the president's office as soon as you're done. She's waiting for you.
So I think what I'm trying to say there, see how he was almost completely naked? It was slightly subdued, but if that was a woman, there would be a huge community uproar. If that was a female character that just got slightly, they would say, oh, that's sexist, that's... I guarantee you the community would just try to find something to latch on. And maybe not necessarily our community,
Bridget may no longer be with us, but
people that have,
her
I don't know,
legacy
like...
has a chance to live on.
What's her name? Sarkeesian? Definitely would have jumped all over it if it was a female. And they probably will for the fragile character.
Her dream isn't dead.
I don't want to hear it.
But no one's going to say anything because it was a male character that was naked.
Our new America.
You know what? This audio might be extremely loud, so I apologize for that. I'll have to turn down the audio.
My mother may be gone, but I'm here. And you, Sam, you're here too.
Been 10 years since you saw each other, right? And in all that time, she hasn't aged a day.
He knows why. My body's still on the beach. I don't get to grow older. But you do, Sam. You look good.
So you're serious then about reconnecting everyone and everything?
Someone has to succeed Bridget, Sam. More importantly, someone has to carry on her legacy and see our country rebuilt. Samantha America Strand, our new president. A new beginning for our people, for our nation. Under Emily's leadership, we'll re-establish the UCA, the United Cities of America. This is how we'll rebuild our country. But we'll need your help to do it, Sam.
No, I'm through with this. I said my goodbyes to all of you when I said them to Bridget.
We never forgot about you, Sam. You ran away. You cut us off.
Emily put together an expedition. The best of Bridges won. And went west.
I wonder if the music that's playing right now is somewhat copyrighted. I should be trying to talk over certain things that, like music and audio.
I led them past Praetors in BT territory. I kept them safe while they searched for survivors.
I wonder if I'll see these trucks at some point. These larger...
Never once missed a BT.
Convoys.
Saw him coming a mile away.
We convinced community after community to join the UCA, and we left behind our own people to help them. It took us 3 years, but we managed to make it all the way
Wow, look at all those
to
craters.
DriedMoss City.
All the way to the Pacific. Jesus.
Yeah, but then everything went to hell. The team was wiped out, and Emily was taken.
Taken?
I'm not being kept in a cell or anything like that. I'm allowed to use their facilities and to speak with you whenever I want. I just can't leave the city.
It's all to safeguard the continued independence of Edgenot City. Well, that's what our keepers are saying, at least. They want the UCA to leave him be. Emily's their insurance policy in case we don't.
Who are these assholes again?
Homo Demons. Militant separatist group. They run Edgenot City.
I've heard of them. Bunch of terrorists who go around towns killing people and leaving craters.
Troy Baker.
Right. Nothing's off limits for them. Not even engineering void outs.
You think the suicide that took out Central Knot was one of theirs?
Could be. There are extremists like the demons everywhere, plotting in the shadows. They're decentralized by nature. No one organization to rule them all. Just a common ideology.
I know not everyone shares our vision for the future. If we Americans don't come together again, humanity won't survive. I carried my mother's message to people all across the country. But not everyone was willing to accept it.
More than a few would rather stay isolated. Keep to themselves. Go it alone. Like you, Sam. They think that America can only be rebuilt by force, by men who tell them what to do, who take away their freedom and put them in shackles.
What'd you put on me, huh? You know better than the demons. Just another kind of cult.
They're not shackles, Sam. They're a symbol of our bonds. That's what we need right now. Not to stand apart, but to come together, to form chiral knots and reconnect.
Sam, we want you to go west and finish what Emily started. The people she left behind have been hard at work, setting up chiral network terminals. But these terminals are still isolated. We need you to bring them online. And for that, you'll need a Cupid.
I noticed that Alana Pierce and
This
a couple of
contains
her
all the
friends
necessary security
got
and
cases
operations
that have
protocols to integrate a terminal into the chiral web.
these in
Take the
it.
Cupid west, Sam, and reconnect the people of our great nation. And when you get to Edgenot City, find Emily and bring her home.
After that, I'll take over the presidency and carry on Mother's work to save the country.
This was Bridget's dying wish. This is how we'll move forward.
Please, Sam. We need you.
I'm Sam Porter Bridges now. I'm not a Strand. Hell, I'm not even part of this outfit. You all saw to that. I'm not getting involved with you, or anyone else, ever again.
Wait!
See? It's like I'm not even here. Same as it ever was.
Sam! Sam! Hold on. Stop! Listen to me. America needs you. Both of you.
Yeah, covering the world in cable didn't bring an end to war and suffering. Don't act surprised when it all comes apart if you try to do it again. Round and round it goes. Connect, reconnect, it's not that simple.
All right, Sam. Just take it easy. I get it. You don't have to commit to anything now. Why not get some rest?
Good idea. We all need our sleep. Leave it too long and you're liable to reconnect with the other side. The necessary maintenance has been completed. Various adjustments and fine-tuning for your benefit. You can use it again.
Oh,
For
BB.
once, it would seem that Dooms and BBs are a good combination. Or perhaps the two of you have something of an affinity for one another.
Like the stretch on the face and the imprints of the hands on the glass and all the stretching of the skin is extra animation and work that the artists and the designers have to do and the animators have to do. Just it adds a level of realism and immersion that you don't see in a lot of games. It takes some extra work, but they didn't have to do that. They just could have had it, look like its hands were on there. But the press of the hands and the flex in the skin is definitely something that shows the amount of craftsmanship that Hideo Kojima is known for. I'd say Kojima Productions now. Helmed by Kojima, directed by Kojima, written by Kojima, but he's got a very talented team.
Sam. Listen, you are Sam Strand.
No, I'm not. Not anymore. My name is Sam Porter Bridges.
It's a funny word, Strand. A strand is part of rope or bond, while stranding means being washed up on the shore. And being stranded is when you can't go home. I'm stranded now, Sam. Here on the shore of the Pacific. Thousands of miles away, but our bond still holds. You're free, but we're still connected. Don't tell me we're not.
That's a famous scene right there from all the trailers. And I've come to realize that the tears is like an allergic reaction.
I'll be waiting for you.
It's not necessarily them crying with emotion. It's a reaction to what's going on with the stranding.
Good morning, Sam.
The music I can't wait to hear, and I don't know when I'm going to hear it, is the song from Churches. I've heard a lot of Low Roar, and from what I've been told, Low Roar is the more prevalent band or music group.
Sam, this is Die Hardman.
But I'm
You were
waiting
out
for
like
the
a
Churches
log.
music.
Must have been beat. Private rooms come with all the basic amenities. Shower, toilet, etc. Drop in when you need to rest. Inspect your gear, review info, or whatever else. If you have any questions, feel free to ask our staff. But before you do, why not check things out for yourself? See how Bridges operates these days.
Prepare to make a delivery. you imagine? Oh, whoa! Come on, I wasn't. I remember this one that Hideo Kojima was doing at the Tokyo Game Show, and he was having the presenter. I don't know her name, and I apologize. She's probably fairly well known. Kept doing this, and then there's a point where he punches you or something. Yeah. Okay, so he flips you off. I thought there was a point where he punched you. Oh, there it is. All right, let's see it. Let's check out his feet. His feet are nice and clean. He's tapping his feet. He's still got that right foot one that he peeled off, so it's got a redness to it. All right, K2 Capital Knot City. All right, so I've already taken a shower. Use toilet standing. Use toilet sitting. Use toilet stranding. No. So it looks like he has to do those with the exclamation points. Use the sink. All right, let's look up. Let's look at the ceiling here. Nothing there. It looks like maybe some fire suppression system. Let's look at. Let's go over to BB here.
Sam, this is Deadman. I calibrated your BB based on physiological data we collected from you earlier. It's still just a best guess, though. After you take it out for a spin, we can check if you're in sync and tweak the BB sensitivity as needed.
Hey there. Believe we've met. I oversee delivery operations as well as maintenance and repairs.
Is that
nice
Mother?
to have you on board.
Or Mama?
I'm Mama,
Oh, yeah,
in
Mama.
case I didn't mention it before. Those there are strands. Not just used for packing, by the way, but for identification, too. Take a closer look and you'll see. See the red there? That's your blood.
Now, I have to, well, I guess I could look at, I can look at, and then zoom in, look at, zoom in, and I know there's going to be weapons and all that other stuff available to me. This one's got some armor on it. I do wish that, because right now my left analog stick moves left and right. I would hope that whenever I zoom in like this, my left analog stick would then shift over to the ability to move the camera, but, you know, not a big issue. This is one I've primarily been using. Let's take a quicker look at BB here. It almost seemed as if I was kind of rotating. I thought maybe hitting the left analog stick would do something. So I'm connected. Let's soothe BB.
Tired, huh?
This case will remove any chiral matter still clinging to your suit. Speaking of suits, blue is for delivery personnel, red for medical, orange for corpse disposal, and black for security.
Oh, okay. So, blue is when I'm doing deliveries, corpse is orange, black is security. Yeah, I've already forgotten. Red is medical. Okay. Alright, that's it for that, for now. I know there's some fairly interesting stuff that you can do with BB if you keep... I don't know if I'm going to get my... Alright, let's see if I get the ride.
Sam, Hartman here. Researcher devoted to uncovering the secrets of the beaches and the
Right.
Death Stranding,
Norman Reedus.
as well as those of doomed and repatriates. When you relieve yourself, a certain amount of chiral matter is flushed from your system. Chiral matter can adversely affect hormone secretion and nervous function. There's a correlation between exposure and the development of phobias, as well as, in extreme cases, violent and suicidal impulses. Chiralium contamination has even been postulated as a trigger for the onset of dooms. Allow me to collect a sample of your excretions for my studies. They provide a non-invasive means to monitor your exposure to chiralium and your overall health.
What did he want me to do? Examine equipment rack. Examine weapon rack. Use toilet. Let's see. I do like how, and there's different reasons. You know, the Norman Reedus ride on AMC. If that's sort of a plug, you know, why not? Norman Reedus said, "Hey, I'll do your game, and if you promote this, then I'll do your game, and maybe it's at a reduced cost to Sony or reduced cost to Continuum Productions or whatever it is." But it almost feels like the revving of the motorcycle engine is there to mask the noise of the number 2. Let's do this one. So where do I see that this stuff is actually being generated from the chiral waste? Yeah, I would just say that with a game as intricately designed and what is it that you want me to do? Okay. As intricately designed of a traversal or a strand type of game, so this is a strand game. Now, I don't know if strand automatically implies that the game is a walking simulator, or that it's a traversal type of game, or pickup and delivery type of game. I'm a big fan of pickup and delivery board games. I really like Wasteland Express. I like Merchant of Venus. You know, those kinds of games. You know, those aren't your typical Milton Bradley games. Those are some very in-depth games, and they take some time and devotion to enjoy, and that's something that I see here. So I'm wondering whether or not the genre that Hideo Kojima is trying to create through strand games it automatically implies that you'll be walking a lot, or that there's more simulation in the walking or the traversal of the character through the game world. So in this area, this small room that I'm occupying right now, I'm surprised they didn't put a lot of attention into him being able to just walk around the room. You know, he doesn't have to necessarily run, and even if he did have... What is it that you're wanting me to do? Can I just... Alright, let's go to equipment rack. Maybe it's over there. I wish it would put a... definitely missing something. Change color scheme. Move left. Let's see, let's change the color scheme. Yeah, they could have done something inside that room to where I can walk around. With me just sort of sitting down the whole time, it sort of takes a little bit away from what the player's doing. Or maybe, I don't know, they chose to do that to... I like me some green. I wish it was a darker green. Can I make my own color? It's either black or clear, huh? I like green. I just wish it was a different color green. Let's go clear. Yeah, let's go clear. So you can either hold down X while you're not on it. See how it kind of charges up, or you can just press it quickly while you're hovered over it. Alright, so I'm not quite sure what he's wanting me to do. Let's go ahead and see the BB while we're here.
Oh.
I think if I keep doing this, he has sort of this weird flashback or He feels like he's dreaming. All right, let's leave. Let's go ahead and... Why do I hear other voices? Alright, let's just go over to the terminal.
With that terminal there, you can browse the Bridges database, which has info on a range of subjects. You don't have clearance for everything, but there's still plenty you might find informative.
And anybody who's watched my previous videos, my explore of the game Control by Remedy, I loved reading the documents. So this game I know has a ton of database, a ton of things to look into and read. So I'm looking forward to that. All right, in Eastern region, I've got something, orders, data, maps, interviews. Let's see what we got here. So a bunch of tips. Again, I've quickly gone through this on episode 1 and episode 2. But I wasn't talking on episode 1, episode 2. I was just kind of letting the game do the walking for me. Walking, talking. Anyway. So a lot of stuff here to look at. If you need to get your tips, interviews aren't available, and this is the part that I'm looking forward to. You've got a log to show you what you've recently done. BB looks happy. Stamina increased by 10% because I drank a monster. And I wish the log, though, would say, how far, on the right it would be sort of divided down the middle, and on the left it would have everything that you've done, and on the right it would have a more integrated, this is how far I've walked, this is how much injury I've taken, this is how much monster I've drank, this is how many deliveries I've made, this is how much damage I've done to... on average to each delivery or to each box, those kinds of data. Maybe that's something that's available later on in the game that I can look at. But I do have some data down on the bottom, how many likes I have, so 599. How much weight I guess I'm currently carrying, not quite sure what that is yet. My health, my stamina, and then I'm not sure what the orange bar is for. That looks like BB, it looks like a baby symbol, so kind of the health or stamina or happiness of BB. Alright, let's go over here. Orders, active orders. I don't have any. I guess I could redo some orders, which I'm looking forward to redoing things over and over to just see if I can get better at it. Let's go ahead and return to map. I'm kind of looking at all the data that I've got here. Ooh, music player. Play music you have acquired. What have I acquired here? You can use the music player to play any music data you've acquired. Music data can be received as a reward for completing various orders for Sam. Okay. Alright, so these are the different songs that I've got. 3 from Low Roar, 1 from Neighborhood, Alan Walker and A.U. Raw, Khalid and Major Lazer, the SLP, Bring Me the Horizon, and Gene Hoshino. That's probably one of the characters that I'll meet at one of the prepper stations. Alright, I wish that, and I don't think there is, that an MP player or a music player that Sam can carry with him while he's actually making all these deliveries. Maybe that's a collectible that you get if you really focus on everything. So you can see I'm over here all the way to the right, somewhere around, just north of Florida, just south of Maine. And then I don't think I can walk to every area. And that was a question that I had at the beginning of all of this, is they would show the map of the United States. I don't think I can walk everywhere. And as you start to get like northeast of Texas, northeast of Colorado, northeast of Oklahoma, where those states were, based on where we're at in this world, there's a ton of void outs there. Just tons of crater. Like the Great Lakes are pretty much, I'm sure, all dried up and gone. But yeah, major void outs all through there, but not as many over to the west or the Midwest. Grand Canyon. I wonder if I'll go by the Grand Canyon. I mean, there's so much I'm sure traversal that I'm able to do, but not as much as I thought with being able to go to areas that maybe I'm familiar with. Like Grand Canyon, I mean, I'm just very familiar with that terrain. I'm sure most of the world is. But, you know, the topography and layout of a place like Oklahoma, you know, there's open plains there, but you can't really distinguish it if I was showing you a picture of Iowa versus Oklahoma, or, you know, New Mexico maybe, because you got more of a desert area there, like the Mojave. All right, anyway, let's check out here. So I've got a bunch of stuff there, which I've already done. All right, I didn't see me being able to select an exit from here. Okay, so leave the private room. I wonder if there's any... What other data can I get from here? I thought I could press over to the left. Oh, there it is. Yeah, what is pressing right doing for me? Yeah, I'm not sure what pressing right does. It seems to open up something, but there's nothing there. Maybe that's something in the future. All right, let's go ahead and exit here. Yeah, a lot of this video has been cutscenes and me messing around here in this room. So let's jump over and do some other stuff.
Well, have you had a chance to think it over?
I wish there was a prompt. I say
Chock
yes, I
full
looked
of
it over.
chiralium, but safe for you Dooms guys to wear. That's all you'll need to go forth and reconnect the world. To make us whole again.
I'm a porter. I don't care about connecting anything. Or making knots. But I'll do what I have to help Amelie out.
It's like they have some effect on gravity, just slightly. Some gravity has some effect on them, but not as much as everything else. See there, it looks
Listen
like
up,
they
Sam.
have a lot of
The terminals
weight.
Amelie's people built in the towns and cities they passed through on their journey west are called knots. The infrastructure's there, but the Cairo network is offline. Right now, it's only capable of transmitting voice communications. Sometimes wired, sometimes wireless, and a small amount of data. So, unless the necessary data is stored on site, our chirograms won't show up. Amelie and the other Bridges members you've seen around the place are grams generated with local data. In case you didn't know. Anyway, all you've got to do is find the knot, connect your Cupid, and bring Cairo communications online. Once you connect it to the terminal, you'll be able to initiate zero-time massive data transmission with the UCA network. And just like that, you'll reconnect us not only to each other, but to our past. All the lost and fragmented junk data will be compiled and restored. Like bringing a dinosaur back to life from a fossil.
Like all the material looks very practical and well designed.
4.6 billion years of history on Earth. All the wisdom and knowledge we lost since the Death Stranding will be ours again. And that, my friend, is how we'll beat this thing. Once you establish Cairo communications, generating grams won't be an issue. You'll also be able to use Cairo printers. Won't be long before we're able to send all kinds of things through the wire.
Except anything original. Or that's got a soul. Nothing real. Just copies.
True. Which is why we'll still need porters like you. Before and after we're made whole, we'll need men in the middle.
No rest for the wicked, huh?
strands and all that. We'll give you the details at the dispatch terminal. Make sure you check it upstairs. Drop's waiting up there, too.
These shoes look like they've done some serious miles. Shall I dispose of them?
Wait. Hold on. There's something I want you to look into. My blood seemed to set those things off. Happened more than once.
Set them off? How do you mean?
I don't know. You took my blood, didn't you? You tell me.
All right. I'll see what I can do.
I get like a Metal Gear Solid vibe when Snake was rising up in outer heaven on the elevator. Who is that? Is that Amelie? No, this is the mother's that his wife.
Don't worry. I'll take care of him. I promise you. Baby. Baby. Baby, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Steady.
I like the Homo Ludens mascot. Let's see here.
Name's Sam.
I need to go to system here. Forgot how I get this. There it is. Just gonna turn the audio down a little bit. We're gonna go to. We'll go with 40. Let's go with 30. I usually go with 30. BB voice output, controller speaker, TV, controller speaker. And I'm going to go to the TV because I have headphones in. I don't know if I'll even hear the... Yeah, so see, that's one of the things I was saying. I could come up here and see how confirm down at the bottom is blinking. If I hold it down, it charges up. Now I'm letting go of it. That way you don't have to click all the way down. But if you do click all the way down, you just tap it and it accepts the inputs. All right, no interviews. Have to pick those up probably in the world. Need to go over, let's see, I'm gonna go over there. See, I've got a little waypoint down there, kind of circling around the borders of the screen. Let's walk over here. I do have a brand new pair of boots on the right. So this one I do have to charge up.
Sam, this is Di Hartman. Your current objective is to extend the chiral network from here to Port Knot City. But don't think you can make a beeline straight for it. Signal won't carry that far. To cover the distance, we need to utilize knots. Think of it like tying ropes together to make a longer rope. The first of these knots is a Bridges Way station. Go ahead and take a look at the order. Deliver whatever they need, and connect the Cupid.
Alright, Capital Knot City, Nick Easton, Head of Distribution, United Cities of America. The link or the strands got 2.5 stars almost. One order available, orders in progress 0. Take on orders, private locker, place items into or remove them from a private. Let's see if there's anything in the private locker.
Your private locker can be used to store cargo and the like.
I pre-ordered my game from GameStop, and I got something in the sort of as a pre-order bonus. I don't know what it was, and I probably should do that, and I'll have that ready for the next video. And maybe that's something that'll be here in the private locker area. Yeah, it's just some bonus content. So I'll probably have to check that out at another time. Alright. Okay, so what do I got in here? Bridge boots. I've got those, which I already have a set there. I guess maybe that's what I'm currently wearing. Nothing's on my back. Nothing's in storage. So I'm able to move the camera a little bit, rotate around, see what I've got on me. It's very reminiscent of Hideo Kojima's Metal Gear Solid 5 and how you outload. Or give a loadout to Snake. Alright, let's see what orders I've got. Orders for Sam. Take on orders for which Sam's services in particular have been requested. Alright, so I've got a smart drug delivery. Almost the same distance that I took to burn the president's body.
Sam, order summaries may contain information critical to your success. Make sure to review them before getting underway.
Alright. L1. Supplies. Cargo for delivery. Order details, order summary. Okay, so there's a way station west of Capital Knot City. George Baton wants it. I'm not sure what the links at the top left are for just yet. It's at Capital Knot City. It's 1,216 meters. I guess some things that I might encounter, I guess, are there. So possibly BTs, elevation changes, possibly cliffs that I could fall off is what that third one looks like. I'm looking at the red circles just underneath Capital Knot City, the distance to Capital Knot City, that 1216. So the first one to the left looks like BTs, which looks like a Pac-Man ghost, and then looks like a person walking up steep terrain, so that's something I possibly encounter. And then cliffs, which I could fall off and die, which looks like a guy who's fallen off, and then rivers. I guess the blue underneath that is recommended things that I might want to bring, and ladders and strands. I guess the person that wants it is George Baton, and then way station west of Capital Knot City, and deliver the smart drugs is what he's wanting. That's a summary of it, and then order details, less than 50% damage, so I don't want to fall a lot. Deliver the smart drugs, that's my objective. The way station west of Capital Knot City is the first knot in a chain that will eventually span America. You need to deliver oxytocin, boosting smart drugs, to ease the stress of Bridges' staff working there. Once you've done that, use your Cupid to connect the way station to the chiral network. Those order details, delivery, smart drugs, oxytocin, supplements that provide the brain with oxytocin and other hormones effective at easing symptoms known to arise from having little interpersonal contact, such as stress and lack of affection for others. Supplies. I don't know if these are the supplies they're giving me or supplies they recommend. So ladder and climbing anchor level 1. Okay. Do I accept the orders? Yes, I do. Alright, let's see what I've got here. So, supplements that provide the brain. It seems... Oh, okay, so it's going into my bag there. Alright, so I'm going to load that.
Sam, we've supplied you with some rope and a ladder for this run. They should help with the steeper inclines And the ladder will also make a halfway decent bridge if you need to cross a river. Right now, I figure you're thinking about how you want to handle this order.
Okay, the cargo management menu will be opened by pressing options to access the cufflinks. It allows you to decide where and how to carry your cargo. How well you balance your load will affect your ability to walk. Any cargo you are unable to load or carry will be placed in a private locker. Alright, so I have added a ladder. So let's... It says that's a ladder. Is that just telling me it's a ladder, and or is it? It's not going to be stuck on me like that the whole time, right? Not looking like a ladder. Hang on, tool rack. Carry on back. Oh, okay. Tool rack attached to the suit. What does that mean? Where is it attaching to the suit? Not quite sure what it means by attached to the suit. Carry by hand. Offload. No, let's carry on the back to distribute the weight, I imagine. Alright, and then the last one is another letter. So I already have a ladder. Do I want to take another ladder? Yeah, let's take another ladder and freaking drop it off for somebody. Alright, let's back out here. Why am I unable to back off? Oh, it took it off. Alright, now... Is it wanting me to carry all of them? So I've got smart drugs, a bunch of ladders, and a climbing anchor. So it wants me to carry all this, or so everything they've supplied I have to carry, or what? I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, sure, let's go with that. It says auto arrange cargo, but I don't really see an issue. I'm looking at, so I got the down there bottom right, just underneath auto arrange cargo is 27.3 kilograms. I guess out of 120 kilograms that I can carry. Let's just go with it. I'll learn, you know, over time how to better suit that. I'll probably watch some others' videos.
Order assigned.
For some reason, people that don't like Strand games, and I'm going to call it Strand games until they come up, or until Hideo calls it something else, and the community comes with something else. All right, so that is my destination over there. I'm looking at the
Begin and scan. Have a pleasant journey.
I actually have a boot icon now underneath the 4 directional pad. Alright, so I'm going to deliver that one, and that'll be this episode.
Sam, triple checked your loadout, I take it?
Open equipment HUD. Okay. So those are all my ladders and what I want to use. Okay. Cool. Alright, let's open up my map here. Let's zoom out. Alright, so one thing that I've learned over the internet, you know, being connected by other people that have played the game and that are teaching me. I mean, the game doesn't seem to teach you every tiny facet of the game, that it leaves you to discover some things on your own, but the game is about connecting people, and the internet's already doing that for you. So, you know, aside from spoilers, which I've avoided for the better part, some of the tips that I've watched, you know, from like Tim Rogers, kind of says, hey, these are some of the things that I noticed while I was playing, so they're helping us enjoy the game more. but there's some things I've tried to make sure I avoid to make sure I'm learning some of those things on my own. Um, but I mean, there are some things that I've learned, and one of them is the map. But and I knew that ahead of time, but the game still taught me how to, you know, hold on to the touchpad of the PS4 controller, and I can, you know, like you can see, I'm rotating the map itself to kind of see some of the elevation changes. And again, that's just me holding just lightly touching, not pressing down on the the touchpad, because it does have sort of a left and right click, but just sort of gently touching the touchpad and then moving the controller. And I can see some of the elevations that I'm going to be facing. All right, so I'm going to put a waypoint. Maybe I should go around here, and then eventually end up here at West Knot Capital City. I'm probably not equipped to go through all of this, but it's not, you know, not that I don't want to try. A lot of stuff over here. See, I feel like this whole map area right here, I don't know if I can get to this crater. I definitely would like to try. I would love to see this crater. But I feel like this is the map that I can go to, and the rest of it's just all blocked off, or I can't get through here because it's too high. It doesn't look like I'm just going to be able to walk wherever I want to. And mountainous terrain and water, and there's some blue barriers that seem to pop up that if you watched episode 1 and episode 2 that sort of keep me from going into some areas. I mean, there's still massive places to walk through, but it does feel like it might open up later, but that's what I'm experiencing right now. All right, so I'm gonna place again. Like I can see, I can zoom. I'm zoomed all the way in, and then I can go like this, and I can see, you know, just doing that. You know, I've got sort of flat terrain all through here, and then this right here, there's probably a crevice area right through here, you know, and I just kind of manipulate it here, and I can see how the pixels are moving. I know that this is going to be a flat area, and this is probably going to incline a little bit. So yeah, I mean, it gives me a basic idea of it, and I think that's very helpful. Yeah, definitely this is going to be and you can kind of see how my cursor moves up and down as well. So kind of watch the blue cursor right here, and how it doesn't really look, you can't really tell as I'm doing this, right? But if I hold this and press down, now watch the cursor as I move it closer to this area. See how it climbs up? So I know that that's an elevated area, pretty steep right there. Kind of see how the cursor is jumping up on the. So that's very useful. That's something I'm just learning right now. And as I kind of take my cursor over here, you can see it kind of bumping up and down, but it's not extremely. It's not extreme like it is over here. Let's watch it. Let's watch it jump up extremely high. Look at that. Look how much it jumps. Now I don't see an elevation change, or let's say that if I was just doing this, if I could see what the elevation is in that area. So let's say that this was, you know, water is going to be 0. That's at surface level, and then as I move the cursor over higher terrain, I would get a readout of that terrain. Now I am noticing over in the top right where I see online, so top right of the screen, I'm seeing sort of, not necessarily a lat long, but I mean it could be grid points, but sort of that area, maybe they would give you some data on, okay, I know that this right here is a massive elevation change, but I can supplement that by just doing this. Yep, I think that's useful. All right, so I'm gonna go over this way, and it looks like I've got a little bit of an area over here that I could go through. All right. You know, I am noticing as I move so see the blue grid that's covering everything. So the blue grid changes. You can see just underneath, watch the cursor where it's at, and see how I've got sort of a blue highlight right here. Now looking at the blue cursor, You know, it's just to the top left of place marker there. But just see how the cursor right there, see how it's got some blue highlight there? That changes when I go into sort of this 3D mode here. So I can see there's going to be some elevation changes here. So that's a good way to see elevation change. And I spent way too much time on that. All right, I'm going to place some markers here. All right, let's zoom out here. I think the best way to go would be a marker there. Let's do a marker here. And I can sort of skirt around here. I'm not quite sure like how many markers I can place. I do know that they start to come off. Let's see how many I can do. Let's do. I'm at D. I'm at E right now. A, B, C, D, E, F. All right, so I can do A through. Move A over here. All right, so I can do A through E. I don't know if they'll give me more. And I've heard that you can do multiple routes as well. Open route. Anyway, all right, let's get to walking. Sorry, that was a lot of talking for me, but I'm really excited about the depth that the player can get into preparing for their delivery. All right, so I'm holding the left analog, or sorry, the L1 button, and I can see my cursor right there. And I can see my destination over there, and just a straight line. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Let's go over here. Let's look at this one right here. Okay, so I've highlighted it, and you can see just to the left of all that. So distance is 383. 8 meters to 20 meters, so it looks as if I'm going to increase. Oh, I'm going to go from 8 meters, and I'm going to drop a total of 20 meters. And you can kind of see from left being 0 to the right 1,000. I'm not quite sure what the 145, 133 is, but I can see a slight topography line if I just beelined it there. So let's go, let's look at, that's my final destination. If I took a beeline there, you can see it'd be a total of 1,140 meters. Let's see, I think the 195 and 193 is the lowest height is 133, and the highest height is 195. And I over, let's see, 110 meters, and I'll drop to 95. I'm not quite sure how to read that yet, but if I just beelined it, you can see all the way from the left to the right. So that's useful information. Sorry, this is going to be sort of an open. You know, when I start getting vehicles, you know, you can see how it's got red. Like, no, you can't drive this. No, you can't drive this. Oh, here's this barrier that I'm talking about. Like, if I wanted to walk over here, I don't think I can exit from here. Yeah. Access denies. Use authorized entrance. I guess that's to keep out BTs. So I'll accept that. But I wonder if I can walk around to the other side.
Sam, you see that sign someone left over there? You can leave some of your own if you'd like. Messages, warnings, words of encouragement, whatever comes to mind.
Alright, so Nick Easton is actually the character in the game. I haven't been online yet. Yesterday I gave this one a bunch of likes, but that Nick Easton is the character that's in the game. So you can see the like button down there, the prompt, and that's the touch button, the touch pad, but I have to press N to do it. And as soon as I start to tap it, it gives me a time limit. So I can give a bunch of it. I can just keep hitting it, and I could get 65. Limits on liking consecutively. After sending likes, you will have to wait a while before you can give more likes to that same object or individual. But I was just jamming, and you could see the bar was starting to decrease. All right, off I go. All right, so I did a trek over there. You can see right here. right there in the middle of the screen. That was the incinerator that I took the president to yesterday, or in the last episode, which did happen to be yesterday. So in episode 2, I traversed over there. So one thing I am noticing as I traverse and I become immediately aware of is that I don't want to just go in a straight line. While I could, let's listen to this guy.
Sam, even the best porters have been known to lose their cargo. But you're better than the best. You've got what it takes to finish what they started. If you come across any abandoned shipments, consider taking them to their intended destination.
It's easier than you might think. See, all our packages are tagged with Bridges IDs for easy tracking. And your Odra deck is equipped with a scanner which might detect said IDs. Which is a roundabout way of saying that that thing on your shoulder can help you locate mislaid shipments.
Okay, so I did that. Here's a lost bit of cargo here. I could just hold the left button and carry it this way. While I'm holding it, if I tap the triangle button, he automatically loads it into the into his backpack. What I would like to know is if I can change my layout.
Hey!
Check and adjust. Oh, okay, so I can go into here and adjust where my cargo's at. Okay, so good. I can do that. So if I pick up something, maybe it's got some sensitivities to it. Like I know there's actually a pizza delivery and it has to be flat. So good. I can jump in there and adjust things as needed. I have a couple of ladders. So let's see if I can place a ladder over here. So if I tap the R1 button, whoa.
Remember, Sam,
I just
every
slipped.
parcel is a promise made to a person in need, and they're counting on you to deliver.
So I came over here and just lost my footing and slipped. All right, so it's just yellow, so I can cross over. But in order to make it a little bit faster for people, I could put a ladder right here that goes straight across. So let's learn how to do that. Let's go over here. Use ladder L2 to ready a ladder and R1 to place it. Alright, so L2 doesn't look like it'll reach over there. No, that's not gonna work. No, I don't want to do it there. Let's do it over here. I want it to at least be able to reach over there. Might have to do 2 ladders if it doesn't reach. Wonder if I can get up on this build. Can I get up here? I don't understand that adjust location. Why does it Alright, so let's go over here. It's a very simple ladder. Enjoy, everybody. My first ladder that I will leave there and allow somebody else to use, maybe or maybe not, because I'm not connected to the network yet. Alright, let's see what else. There's a bunch of stuff over here. Man, the other porters leave a lot of stuff behind. I wonder how much of this stuff I'm actually going to be able to pick up. Yeah. Make sure there's nothing red in here. So again, holding left and right triggers will stabilize everything. Now, if I started to run in a circle, I believe he'll start to lose his footing. Like if I had an extremely high top heavy. Alright. This over here are crystals, which I don't know if I can pick up crystals yet. Yeah, I have to have something that allows me to pick up crystals. Alright, there is something over there. What is that? A post box. What is over there? Oh, that's where I was, that's where I'm able to sleep. There's some food. Oh, BB. 1 likes received from BB. Can I do anything else with BB? There's a way to soothe BB, but yeah, this game is right up my alley. I like the exploration of a place and just having a mechanic that allows the character to really interact with the world that's around them. I'm really enjoying it. And I get it, it's not going to be for everybody, but you know, when some of the reviews, you know, quote reviews have been made for this game before it was released and they were limited to like 20 minutes, I felt they rushed through their reviews and they weren't able to really even talk about it, and they're just like, it's not, I don't really like the game, it's a slow game. Okay, well that's what it's meant to be. It's meant to be a slow reward for effort type of game. So maybe that's what Strand is all about. Strand games are, you know, you got to put in some effort. Ooh, I need to be careful there. That was kind of deep. What was that? Yellow? I had some yellow in there. Alright, so I'm holding left and right triggers to stabilize myself as I walk through. The water does somewhat push. Alright, let's... Pretty sure this isn't that deep, just looking at it. Now, what is this thing? Use the post boxes dotted all over the landscape to deliver lost cargo. Oh, really? Activate the terminal. Make delivery. Deliver requested cargo and dropped by others.
Good work, Sam. I see you brought in some lost cargo. Feel free to submit it here for processing. If you come across any more while out on a run and don't think you can carry it to its destination, you can always put it in storage. It'll be safe and secure until another porter comes along to finish the job. Even if it has to pass through a dozen more hands before it arrives, you can rest easy knowing you did your part.
Alright, okay. Deliver lost cargo. Entrusting and continuing the delivery of lost cargo. If lost cargo is taken to a facility other than its intended destination, the following options can be selected. Entrust delivery. Don't entrust. Do not submit the cargo, keeping it on yourself, keeping it on your person in order to deliver it yourself. So I'm entrusting it to others by putting it into... Submit the cargo at the facility and entrust its delivery to another player. Interesting. I thought I was just going to deliver it. So let's not. Let's continue to carry it. I'm not sure. Oh, it rotates. Look, like the opening rotates to face me at all times. That's really funny. All right, some very flat terrain. Someone was telling. I read somewhere that this is 30 frames per second. It feels like it's 60 frames per second. Yeah, so I went up there before to get to the incinerator. Any other? I guess that's another one over there. I guess so. All this stuff goes to Capital, not City, and I'm going there anyway. So like, why not just deliver it on my own? There's a ton of stuff that got left behind. Ladder up there. Uh-oh.
Sam, if you come up against a sheer cliff or a steep slope, don't forget about the ladder we issued you. Be sure to try it out. I'd be interested to see what uses a seasoned pro like you might find for it.
Had a little bit. Oh, man, that is heavy. All this is going to Capital, not City. Yeah, I'm getting some heavy stuff here. I better be careful. Go up around this way. I don't know if he's gonna slip on any of this. Like, I'm hyper aware of the terrain. It's not just me walking mindlessly. I am actively trying to... You know, they do say that, you know, if I let go of the left and right analog stick, and if I guess I wanted to make it a little more challenging, I could respond to the way that Sam leans left and right. So I don't want to... Alright, so I'm about to cross this line, and I think that's where I can't 3D print anymore. So this line right here, I think I'm crossing here, that you could see there, that has now disappeared. I believe is the influence of the city for me to be able to 3D print stuff. Oh, 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 oh. that was going to go in that tiny slot there. So I almost want to adjust the weight. I mean, it seems to be holding on, and I'm not quite sure what's holding that on. But anyway. Okay, so going down this way is probably not going to be a good thing for me. Definitely want to do a piton here. Alright, let's do a rope here. I guess I'm just gonna get, there's East Knot City right over there. I've only got one of these, which gotta be careful with that. Alright, let's hope this goes all the way down. He's extremely strong. I wonder if like this is it gonna make it all the way down? Yeah, it is. You know what I think the game needs is climbing. That's the end of the rope, right? Or how long does the rope go? It's the end of the rope. Alright. So I guess that stays there for somebody else that might want it. So I would like to see climbing, not batons, but just nice steady walking here. Okay, so I did put into the description of this video is this game reminds me of Mud Runner. Mud Runner is a delivery, pickup delivery game. Trucks, water, rain, over various terrain. Mud Runner, the second game for the Mud Runner series is coming out. I think it has to do with snow. This reminds me of that. Very deliberate, kind of navigation of the terrain to get to a specific spot. What is this right here? You have reach marker. Oh, that was my marker. Did I skip marker B? I think I skipped marker B.
Fuck.
Alright, so standing still probably isn't it. I'm not holding my left and right. You can tell that because his arms are free. Whenever you are constantly holding, you can see how he holds his shoulder straps. But it is somewhat interesting to try and respond to the way he walks by putting in inputs only when it's needed versus always holding it. Alright, let's be careful here. Alright, let's see what kind of, what's my depth here? Alright, it's all yellow. So I should be able to traverse that, as long as it doesn't get into red. Am I getting some rain?
Sam, remember that prolonged exposure to timefall damages cargo containers. Don't stay out in the rain any longer than you have to.
So yellow should be doable. It's when I get into red that I could lose cargo. Alright, my destination's right up there to my left. So that's me kind of responding to it versus always holding it. I guess you could always hold it down. I'm pretty sure that works. And I guess if it's happening a lot, to just... The rain stopped. Yeah, this is fun for me. I like this. I really do. And I think people who love to explore, love to... It's very calming. I'm not constantly trying to shoot at stuff. Just want to be sure that this doesn't get too deep. Alright, I'm almost to my destination. I'm delivering a lot of cargo that was dropped by others. Oh, almost lost it. Pressed the wrong button there. And it felt as if I was holding on both left and right. If I start leaning to the left, I'm equally adding, or equally distributing the way that I want to balance. So I have to let go of the right. Let's say that right now I'm holding my left and right, and I start leaning to the right. I need to let go of the right so that my balance is more to the left, even though that I'm holding down both. I felt like that happened back there. I'm not 100% sure, but... Alright, so... Like how he's...
Beginning scan. Scanning bridges ID. Verifying ID. Clear. Cargo
My
verified.
first full delivery. Did I lose something? Did I lose something? There's a gap in there. Oh, I used a ladder, so it came out of there. Or I used a piton, or the rope, so it came out of that. Okay. It'd be funny if I lost it right here and everything just fell off. Alright, my first delivery. And this will end it right here for this episode. I'm probably just going to jump right in and play another hour's worth anyway. Alright, so I'm going to make delivery. Deliver requested cargo. First we'll deliver unusable. Deliver cargo dropped by other players. I thought this is where it was wanting to be. Do I have to do the requested first? Alright, so that's that one. All cargo required is ready to be delivered. The order can be completed.
Delivering cargo.
Just one thing? I thought I was delivering all this stuff.
Thank you. We've all been feeling the loss of Central Knot City. No one seemed to know what it meant for the organization, or the UCA, or us. The oxytocin will take the edge off, and that'll be a big help. Won't be long before we're back on track. We may have a luck. This is great. Thank you again. Yeah, everything looks to be in good order. And soon our way station will be too, I hope.
I do hear that if you deliver more things, their image becomes clearer. I don't know, watching, you can kind of see how I walked. That's what it's calculating right now. You see how it's delivery route. Alright, so so the connection level right now that I have. So that's what the two chains mean. Okay. I thought maybe that was a difficulty level, but alright, so that's that. Alright, Porter grade 10. Cargo condition, miscellaneous. Overall rating. Now I'm at Porter 12. Kind of see how I can move that around still by just gently holding the touchpad.
You're with the second team, right? Where are the others?
Dead. Caught in the void out.
No way. That one blast got them all? And what, they just sent you out on your own? I mean, if it was just a delivery, that'd be one thing. Porters come through from time to time, but the second team was meant to bring the Cupid. They were going to connect us up. 3 years we've been waiting for help. 3 years. And they sent us one guy. Shit. Tell me you brought more than the Oxy, at least.
I've got the Cupid.
You... Really? So it's true. They finally got it working. Well, then you just might be the answer to my prayers. So what
move my mic here real quick.
Put us on the goddamn grid.
New strand established, okay. I can construct my own post boxes. New options have been added to the delivery terminals. Make delivery, share, fabricate. Oh, so now I can deliver lost cargo now. The area is now connected to the chiral network, enabling you to see and access other players' structures. Okay. Oh, so yeah, his image is much clearer now.
Connection to Capital Knot City confirmed. It's really happening. Just like Amelie promised. We can finally do what we came here to do. Hey, you're headed west, right? Gonna be a lot of people happy to see you. Guess you'll keep on till you hit the coast, huh? Which means you'll get to see Amelie in person. Oh, that's something. That is really something. Me, I've never met her. Only seen her holo messages back when I was with the first expedition. Well, anyway, you best be careful on the road. There's some bad people out there. More than good, some say. But I don't need to tell you that.
Thank you, Sam. By bringing that way station into the chiral network, you've put it in direct contact with those of us back here in Capital Knot City.
Right. What's next?
West of the way station are a couple of structures our previous expedition put in place. And beyond them is your next destination, Port Knot City. It's on the shore of a crater lake that formed after the first void out. Your objective is to link up Port and Capital Knot. But to do that, you'll need to utilize our facilities as additional waypoints. They'll be essential for establishing a stable connection. Given the distance we need to cover, we're looking at using a distribution center and a power station, as to which you should head for first. Start with the distro center. We've got some cargo that needs delivering anyway. Check the nearby delivery terminal to pick it up.
Okay.
New order available. Please access delivery terminal for further information.
So all the stuff that I'm carrying here, let's go back. Let's go ahead and exit. I can't deliver lost cargo, can I?
Your hard work's paying off, Sam. Thanks to the increase in network capacity, HQ is now in a position to provide you with additional materials and support. Should prove useful.
Alright, so weapons and equipment can be fabricated using materials provided by facilities. The amount of materials available at a given facility will differ depending on the facility type. So I'm still entrusting everything. All this other stuff needs to go to Capital Knot City. Okay. Wow, that's a far distance. That will be for another episode. So that's episode 3, guys. There is a lot of stuff that we're going to be looking at as I play. I'm going to try to record every episode or every play session that I have with Death Stranding. So that's a lot of videos. If I do roughly an hour, this one's been an hour and 40 minutes. I won't talk as much for each individual one because this first one that I've been talking in is I kind of laid out a lot. But yeah, I think about an hour per episode. Some I might not, chat in on. I'll just mute the mic and you guys can just watch the gameplay go. But yeah, I appreciate those that come and watch. Those that come and watch later. Those that jump into the live stream when it actually goes live. If you're watching this a year later, or if you're watching it a week later, or whenever you watch it, I always appreciate it. So leave comments, questions in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode, which is pretty much going to happen right after this one. All right, see you guys later.